Alright, I'm going to look at the old scoreboards here on the old standalone MK2 game, and then we'll check out the scoreboards on the Mortal Kombat's arcade collection as well. We'll see some old names from the past here, give some shout outs, and check it out. First shows my score, 33. To explain how this scoreboard, how the leaderboard here worked, and this one was, you kept track of your online wins, number of wins you had in a row, like your streak against somebody playing online. So, you know, you needed somebody that was going to let you beat them 80 times. Although there was one caveat, and that was when you got to 50 wins, you had to fight Noob Saibot, and you had to, I think, at least win one round against him, and then it would count as a win. But, so, you know, first of all, you had to play somebody who was going to play 50 matches with you. You'd have to beat them all 50 matches. Then they'd have to actually let you play Noob Saibot, which most people did because they wanted to see it happen. Then you have to at least win a round against him for your streak to continue. So, not too many people got over 50 on the scoreboard, but let's look at the top scores and we'll see. Oh, look at that. Mike Gerard and his alt, the Combat King, with a score of 999, which would take about, well, if you speed through a match against somebody and it takes you a minute, 60 matches in an hour, it would take you about 16 hours of playing somebody online to get 999 wins. But we know Mike Gerard is, while not a fantastic Mortal Kombat player, is a fantastic leaderboard hacker, so he holds the top 2 spots with his 999 wins. So anyway, it's, you know, it's very interesting when you look at these leaderboards. You usually don't see a lot of great players. To be fair, I don't. So this, let's see, 2, 4, 6, there's 8 players here. I don't know Tony or DJ Clayface. I know DVD was a very good Jax player, but I never got to play him, I don't think. Fusion was a definitely an elite level player, so at least we've got, you know, a couple guys here on the first page of the leaderboards that were actual high level players. Let's scroll down a little bit. You know, I guess a lot of these people probably, the game came out in 2007 and I didn't get it until 2010, so I probably did miss some of these people that were probably very good players. There's another, so Fusion was 8, looks like Fusion had another account that he got up to 14. I'm assuming a lot of these accounts were just people on alt accounts that were good players. 16, Scorp Angel, very, very good player. Pretty widely regarded as having the best Liu Kang. I have some matches against him on in my videos from a long time ago, but he mostly only used Liu and Jax, but he was very fun to play against because he played them at the highest level. And I don't really know anybody else in this group here other than Fusion and Scorp Angel. Okay. Young Nika was a great player as well. Great Liu, great Scorpion. Cool Bean is the one who, well, he was not very good, but after I beat him when I had first gotten on PlayStation, so I wasn't that good of a player at the time, but I did beat him, and he sent me a message saying he was gonna shoot up my family, so you never know what kind of crazies you're gonna run into in online gaming. But 24 is Conquer, great player, great guy. Mike Caldwell, another top player. Bucktown was a name of Insane Nicodemus, Insane Boss, who was the best Molina player by far. He only used Molina, and you could tell because he knew every punch, every kick, every spacing with her. He was definitely insane. And there's me at 33. And let me see here. There's one of my alts is on here. Zero Skills was a very good player with a very, ironic name, Zero Skill, because he definitely had some skills. I don't know too many of these other guys. Zhangbro was a well-known Jax player. The Deegan was a very good Baraka player. I don't think I ever got to play him, though. Real Talk, a very good player. Delicate Killer, had some great matches with him. LS460L, very complicated name, but very, very good player as well. See, unless you knew how to hack the leaderboard, you kind of had to be pretty good to get past 50, because you had to be able to beat Noob Saibot. Let's see. MKDC Liu Kang was one of Scorpangel's accounts. I guess VA380 was a good player, very good player, but I don't remember ever facing him. Let's see. I guess I can check out my friends. You'll see as it gets closer to, like, there's a lot of people tied once it gets lower and lower on the score list here. Progressive Orange was the first guy that I ever saw online doing instant fans with Katana, and I was like, he must be cheating. How the heck is that possible? It's what you say when you don't quite understand things, is, oh, must be cheating. So, but no, he was a good guy and taught me a few tricks. You Lost to a Girl was my sister's account before she can't get into it anymore, because once PlayStation did the thing where they, you had to like sign back in to jump through a bunch of hoops to get back into your account, and she's like, I don't have that email anymore. So I'm like, okay, well, guess you won't be getting into that. Yep, so then we just got a lot of people tied for 50 because they couldn't beat Noob Saibot, I guess. Lots of people tied for 50. Or else they got to 50 and their opponent said, screw this, I'm not going to sit there and watch you fight Noob Saibot. So, my friends, all good guys on here, great players. David Gem, probably the best in this group here. Solid with every character. Ginger Magic was a very aggressive and great player. 10-piece show was always fun to play as well. Alright, let's check out the leaderboards for MCAC. See if I can pause this. Alright, now we're on MCAC, the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection, and the leaderboards are a lot harder to read on here, unfortunately. I don't know if it'll be visible on the video, but this is the Mortal Kombat 1 ranking. So the standalone MK2 ranking system was just crap. So MCAC actually had a very good ranking system if it was unable to be hacked or cheated, because people could cheat. Let's just say that. But you started out with 1,200 points. It was like an ELO rating. You started out at 1,200. That was like your base points. And if you beat somebody around 1,200 points, like at your level, you would get maybe like 50 points or 30 points. I can't remember exactly what it was. And it would get to the point where if you got around 2,000, like all the really good players or the cheaters were at 2,000, and at that point, if you beat somebody who the rating was 1,200, you wouldn't even get any points. So there was no point of even risking it, because if you lost against them, you'd lose like 30 points. And if you beat somebody that was 1,600 points, you would get maybe a couple points. So once it got to, I think I got, let me see here, in MK2 my score is 2406 or something. Once you got that high, there was no way you were getting any more points unless you were playing somebody that had a score of 2,000 or higher. And first of all, those players were not around, and if they were probably cheaters, and if you beat them, they were gonna like do the internet disconnect thing so they wouldn't lose their points or quit the game or whatever. So yeah, once you got to like 2,400, you were not going any higher than that. But so yeah, my ranking's 15. We see a bunch of people at 2,900, 2,700, like not even possible. Mike Gerard and a bunch of his accounts, Rocky Rose, you know, classic. Oh, I don't know. I think that might have been Gerard's alt pretending to be Rocky Rose, to be fair. So, Mortal Kombat 1, we have Mike Gerard, his score, 3,800. I don't know how the dude actually is able to hack accounts or hack the leaderboards and give himself that high of a score, but it's kind of comical because it's literally impossible to get higher than 2,400. I mean, I guess he could have been playing, you know, himself and just bumping his scores up that high. It seems very, very hard to do. So anyway, Mike Gerard has all the top spots in MK1 by hacking the leaderboards, and let's see, he has all the top spots in MK2. You probably can't see the names, and Ultimate as well, 3414. Again, keep in mind 2,400 is about the max you can legitimately get, but he's got 8 spots in the top 8, top 10, 8 of the top 10 spots, 3,000. So 3,000, score of 3,000. So anyway, I don't think you can read the names on here, but I was just gonna see if there are actually any legit players in the top 20 on the leaderboard here, because obviously the top 10 is a joke. So I'm 15, Insane Boss is 16, Mike Caldwell 17. So there actually are, you know, a couple legit players in the top 20. Good to see. Moving down, we have, well, we have a bunch of accounts that I played on as alt accounts. Crotch Punch, that was one of mine. Brawless Victory, clever. Okay. Yeah, not seeing a whole lot of. Yeah, I think definitely the standalone version had a lot more. I think a lot more people played back then, for one. When this came out in 2011, a lot of people had moved on to MK9, or they were just more preoccupied with that than to really put their time into this. But I guess we could look and see as well. There's like a, I don't know how to get to it. There's like a streak ranking where it would show you like the longest streak. Oh, well, Rocky Rose with 3,206 wins. Insane Boss, 1,000 wins. That actually could be legit because there were not many people that were going to beat his Molina. So I would say this is probably the only legit streak in the top 10. Rocky Rose at 3,000. A bunch of other people around 1,000 that were all infamous rank quitters, as they were called, where as soon as they were about to leave, they would quit the game or pull out the plug on their internet so they disconnected, so they wouldn't lose their precious little points. Poor babies. But Insane Boss, legit, so probably real. Mike Caldwell, 500. I would assume definitely real. Mike Caldwell could easily get 500 wins in a row against people in the ranked. Looks like mine was 471 or something. So okay, top 20, we got 3 people at least that didn't cheat to get their streak, their longest streaks. Kenshi Dishe, I can't say his name. It's actually Kensi, but we'll say Kenshi DJ was a very, very good player. So 300 wins for him, most likely legit. He was not a cheater or a quitter. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the trip down memory lane. If you played especially on the standalone MK2 years ago, you probably remember some of these names from the leaderboards that were actually very elite level players, and just kind of, I mean, making the video, of course, to show that leaderboards in these games are not legit, but I also wanted to definitely give some shout outs and praise to some of my past competitors who I learned a lot from, had a lot of great battles with, and hopefully when they bring Mortal Kombat to a current console, all these guys will jump back in and we can do it all over again. Alright, I'm out. Peace.